Welcome to CP101, and this is a regular update on Freddy Krueger that we're building for somebody else. And this guy's going to be taking a trip to a Comic-Con. It's being autographed by Robert England, so we want to do a good job. One of the things my buddy said he didn't like about this kit was the Mylar blades that they gave you with the kit. And I'm sure it was due to safety reasons why they made these so floppy, because they didn't want anybody to get hurt on their model kit. But he doesn't like them, so I'm going to replace these with aluminum. And I've got two made already, and I have to keep them in order because they fit each finger, because each finger is slightly different. So. But we've got this one is basically for the middle finger, and we'll just show you how it looks on there. It's kind of hard to hold this, but you can kind of see. So we've got two of these done, and I need to make two more. So how I'm doing this is, I'm going to show you here. This video might be a little long, but we're going to show you. Like I said, I want to keep these in order. So there's index finger, middle finger. Okay. I took the Mylar and I removed one of the blades. The kit gives you two extra blades, and I removed one of them. And this will give me a pattern right here that I've been using on the aluminum. Now the aluminum that I'm using is actually exhaust repair aluminum that I have. I have a sheet of this for fixing mufflers or wrapping around a exhaust pipe or something that you might have a small hole in, kind of like a temporary fix. And I cut me a small piece of it out. I don't know the thickness of this. It's a little thicker than a pop can. But anyway, I cut me a little piece of it out, and what I do is I take my template and take a red Sharpie, just so I can see a little easier when I go to cut it. And, oops, I'm sorry, forgot one thing. Let me back up a little bit. Before we put our template on it, we take our piece of aluminum, and we take the barrel of the Sharpie and go over the aluminum. And what this does is flatten out the aluminum and makes it nice and flat and gets all those little wrinkles and creases and bumps and everything else out of the aluminum, so it makes cutting out the blade much, much easier. Then we take our template and put it on here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to color in the area where the blade was on the Mylar sheet. So we'll take my marker, color it in. We don't have to worry about the ink because we're going to sand this, because when you cut it out it's kind of sharp, the edges. So when we go to sand it to take the sharpness out or the roughness off the edges, this ink will come off, so it's not a big deal. And then we just color that in, and that gives us a rough shape for the marker. Now if it bleeds through like it did here, that's not a big deal. This just gives me a rough shape to cut out, because when we're done cutting this out, we're going to use our Dremel motor to shape it and smooth it out and get it looking like one of the Mylar ones. So our next step is to cut out the aluminum. And like I said, since this is pretty thin stuff, you can use a pair of sharp scissors. Alright, so after we cut it out, our next step is to sand it, to remove the ink, to smooth out the edges. And that's what I've been doing here. Sanding the blade, getting the edges kind of rounded and soft so they don't cut anybody. And at the same time removing that ink off. Alright. So there we go. There's our third blade. This will be for this finger. Now you see how this finger is kind of curled, so we're going to have to do a lot of arcing right here. So this fits nice and perfect on the finger. Try to do this on camera here. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Alright, you can see, kind of see that. Now what we got to do now is take the back side of the blade, and I want to trim it down so it's not sticking up so high. So I'm going to kind of give it a steep curve here. Alright, let's see how that looks on the finger. Oh yeah, it's just, oh, that's excellent. That's freaking excellent. I gotta take a little bit more off the back. Alright, let's see how that looks. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So that's how we're doing his blades. So now we've got 3 of them done. We just need to do, oh, we need to shape this blade a little bit. I don't have enough curvature in the center. Okay, easy peasy on this. Look at that. That is cool. Okay, we got blade number 3 done. That's how I do the blades. All we need to do is one more blade and we'll have the blades for the glove done. And then we can move on to getting that hand on his arm ready to go there. So, alright guys, be right back.